We got Nate, Austin, and then David.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Dale, sometimes pole positions can be fluky things, but in 7 previous starts in the pole, you've only finished outside the top 10 once. So is it fair to say that when you qualify first, you've got a car that probably Sunday is going to go the distance and do really well? I mean, do you feel like you might have a winning car going into Sunday?
I guess it's a little bit of an inside joke between me and Tony Junior and anyone else who's worked with me. If I'm in the top 10 in practice, we normally know we've got a great car because I just, for some reason, don't run as well in practice as the car is capable of running. And we'll struggle on the sheet in practice and go out and the car will be great in the race. So, yeah, I think if we qualify well, that's generally a sign that we've got a great opportunity to run well in the race. Obviously it is for anybody, but that's ridiculous. But I think for us especially, because I don't consider myself a great qualifier. I can get the job done, but I don't consider myself a Ryan Newman style qualifier. And I don't have the statistics to back that up either. So anytime we get a pole, it's a great sign and gives me and I think anybody that's working with me great confidence.
Awesome.
Austin Kilgore, DallasBlog.com. How often do you think about this event last year when you hopped in the 5-car towards the end of the event? And do you think that a win this week would kind of bring things full circle for you?
I don't think about that day that much, if at all, since we did it. I tell you, man, when that happened, I was daydreaming of the early 80s when it used to happen all the time. And I guess some people just weren't either around or don't remember how that used to be. But it was pretty neat when your drivers you didn't have the manufacturer conflicts and the sponsor conflicts, and guys would just go from car to car. It was no big deal. And the good old days. But the I don't think it brings that full circle. I don't know what a win would do for us. We'd be so happy about it. We'd celebrate it, and Monday is the time when you start thinking about the next week. But we got a long year, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to try to do well, and we just got to maintain that focus, just try to stay on the path, man.
David.
David Poole, Charlotte Observer. Do you get tired of, I know you're as hard on your crew chief as anybody in the world, but do you get tired of your fans just beating poor Tony Jr. to death on every call he makes? The guy can't win, that. It's been kind of funny. If he brings you in, it's his fault. If he doesn't bring you in, it's his fault. Whatever.
I talked to him about that and asked him, especially recently, I asked him about that situation. And it actually got me to thinking on something I'm going to do. I'm going to do a Q&A on my website once a month because I like what y'all do, and I want to try it. But so Tony Jr. is going to be like the first guy. And I asked him some questions about that, but I also, that's really what brought that up. The fans are real hard on Tony Jr. He doesn't really have a voice. He can't, he doesn't get to come in here and get the chance of having that question asked so he can answer it and so y'all can print it and so the fans can read it. He doesn't have that voice, and I don't want to sit here and speak for him, but because that normally gets me in trouble. But I think that I said, well, why don't I just in a roundabout way do a Q&A with him, something I can start doing once a month, and that'll give me the opportunity to work that in. But he understands and he's experienced it before. It's definitely magnified more so now, either due to the press we've gained from making our change and whatnot, and how much everybody is just focused in on what we're doing and how we're doing. Even though there are bigger stories throughout the year, people do keep an eye on us. And, speaking of you guys and whatnot, but the fans especially. But I asked him how he was handling it, and he said, Tony Jr.'s he's got pretty thick skin. He knows the drill. He took the blunt of a lot of blows when we were wearing red uniforms, and I feel bad for him because, like you say, he's up there on top of that box, and he's got to make the call, and he knows he knows either way that he's going to have some people that are going to be critical of his choice. But he's my crew chief, and I need him to be clear-minded when he's up there making those calls. So my main concern is he clear-minded? And I asked him in my Q&A whether anything influenced him or anything like that. But he was Tony Jr. He said everything you'd expect him to say. So whether he's thinking that or feeling that, it's another. I don't think he would share that his true feelings really with anybody. But he's my the thing about it, what it comes down to is, as long as it's my choice, he's my crew chief. That's my cousin. I enjoy racing with him. I enjoy winning races and poles and getting top fives with him. I enjoy helping him be happier, helping him get things he wants, material things in life, whether it's land, his house, tractors and bobcats, whatever he enjoys to do. I enjoy helping him accumulate those things, and I enjoy working with him on the weekends. And we've gone too far to learn that and gain that with someone else. And I don't think I would ever have that kind of a close relationship with someone else. So as long as it's up to me, that'll be the way it is. And because I think we're a great team, and I don't want to race against him. I'll be honest with you, because he'll whoop you. He's good. And so I don't want him taking some other guy and running circles around me.
Marty.
Marty Smith, ESPN. Junior, I'm pretty sure you've always been pretty confident in your own ability and how you are able to drive a race car. But has this equipment, being in these cars this year, taught you anything about your ability? Like maybe I could drive it a little harder than I thought I was able to do.
Well, it's basically like, it's sort of like a recipe, when you add certain ingredients, it makes it taste better. And that's basically the way it is. Me and Tony Jr. have done good things, and we, in the past, have won great races and big races, and we've run well, and finishing third in the championship, I guess you can consider that contending for one. But when we went to Rick's, they have different ingredients, and so it made the result and our ability to get the right results easier and better. And obviously we're running good, and there's no doubt. I mean, it's right there on paper, the difference. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Hendrick is better than DEI or vice versa. I'll say that I got put with a great team that's rallied around Tony Jr. and believes in him. I got a smart crew chief that is utilizing new ideas and new information and making it work and understanding it. He's been given new tools, new things to work with that are making our program better, making my cars drive better. I've got awesome power, awesome engines that make my job easier. And so there's just different ingredients to the cake we're making these days.
Dustin.